Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Foolery, and today we're taking a look at the NECA Robocop reissue. Please don't be the same toy in the box. Please don't be the same toy in the box. So here we have the ultimate Robocop from NECA. I originally bought the clamshell NECA Robocop a long time ago. Had to be at least 8 or 9 years ago. Now, I'm hoping that this is just not a reissue in a much better package, because the clamshell box was trash, like complete garbage, and I was completely disappointed in that boxing. Once I came out, unboxed it immediately because I was like, ew, this is horrible packaging. This is a way better box, but I hope it's not the same toy that was almost a decade ago in this box. But one way to find out. But first, let's see if this box is better than your mom's. This box better than the box he was held in. On the front, we get the cover of the Robocop cassette tape, a VHS tape, not cassette. And this is actually a really good front cover. On the side, we get a picture of the toy without his helmet on, which is super dope. We get, on the back, we get some shots of Robocop without his helmet and him in certain poses. That's super cool as well. And then we get another photo of Robocop on the side. This is actually a really good box. It's a huge improvement over the original clamshell box, the original clamshell that came out a decade ago, or it's probably more than a decade ago. But I'm hoping that this guy in here is not the same toy that I bought so long ago. Maybe it might be 14 years ago that I bought this, but only one way to find out. Box is definitely better than your mom's, but let's see if what's in the box? In the box, we get Robocop with his lovely, and I love the paint job on this. This is it gives you the hues that you see, the reflection of the metal, even though it's not necessarily the actual metal, so that's cool. But we get Robocop. We get an alternate head for Murphy. Cool. I wish they put a little bit more detail into his shot head. We'll talk about that in design. We get a hand that had his needle on it. So I have two problems with this, and we'll go over that in design as well. But the needle broke. I don't know why. That's trash, NECA. I know it's a thin piece of plastic, but it shouldn't break. You should have made it out of different kind of PVC so that it doesn't break when you're trying to take it out the box. We get the Robocop Auto 9. We get a blast effect for the Auto 9, which is cool. Really like that. And I have to figure out how it slides onto it, but I know this is for the Auto 9. There we go. Auto 9 blast effect. Auto 9 blast effect. Cool. Auto 9 blast effect. And we get the Cobra Assault Cannon, which I had to look up the name because I did not know that, but it's a modified M82 long range gun. This is super dope looking. I believe we did not get this with the original release, so we might have gotten some new accessories that we did not get with the original one. So this is super dope. The accessories definitely, besides his data interface fist breaking, really great amount of accessories. Definitely one got shot. Alternate head, alternate hand. You get his weapon, and you get the Cobra Assault Cannon, which if you have an Ed 09, it's a dope little pairing so that you can show Murphy shooting Ed 09. Ed 209, I'm sorry. I said Ed 09. Anyway, let's check out the design and see how this bad boy stacks up. So as you can see in the upper chest, there is some really good designs on of paint on the torso to give it an iridescent look of the metal, so that it looks like it's being that light is reflecting off of it, which is a really good job with the paint from NECA. If you look down a little bit further, you'll see that they did a really good job with the armor overall. So you're getting a really good look of how his armor should look. You can see the part of his leg that splits open to release the Auto 9, which is really good. And as you can see, there is more spots of paint on the body to give it that iridescent look. It's not just on the chest and the arms. And they just did a really good job painting this thing. So I really do appreciate it. The design on this is spot on. The armor, everything from his badge on his chest, which, let's adjust the camera up a little bit so we can see, or try to see at least. The badge on his chest, which is really hard to see in this light. Once again, harsh lights in my box, so it's hard to see, but badge on his chest looks really good. Armor on his back has the same iridescent paint, so we get that same effect. And the design on this is really good. I'm impressed by how well this thing looks. I'm more interested to see how it compares to the original from like 2010. Well, also let's take a look at Murphy's take a look at his head. All right, and this does not look like Peter Weller. The new head that we got from the Murphy civilian, the pre-Robocop version, looked way better. This also was released before that, so maybe they got some new technology to record his head, so not so bad. And it's how the hand looks. If you look at it, this would be some more paint on the inside because it's actually supposed to be a metal frame on the inside that connects the spike to his hand. Also, his hand actually splits open, and this more looks like still looks like a gun hand versus that they just kind of modified versus actually making a hand that flips down to let the spike out. So that's a little disappointing as well. But overall, I'm impressed by the design, but let's see if this thing looks any different from its original counterpart. And it's easy to see that this is the same exact mold as the original, but they did do some modifications and they did a better job with the paint. Or it could be that my thing has been sitting on the shelf so long that it looks like crap. So this thing is, looking at it, the same exact mold. There's nothing different about it. Everything about him is exactly the same, from the Auto 9 to how his body is shaped. Everything's the same. The only difference is maybe the type of plastic that they used, and the original one looks to be maybe a hair taller, not much bigger, but that's the only difference. He is actually the same exact, it looks like the same exact toy, same pot belly that I didn't notice before. The only difference is that the paint job on the Ultimate, the new Neca Ultimate, is infinitely better. The look of it, everything about it is different. I think the only difference, nope, even the molded hand for the spike is the same. So everything's the same. You just get more accessories with the new one. So that's absolutely fine. This is actually a way better paint job. It's not even close, like infinitely better. Like it actually looks silver versus white, and just the color. And I was super stoked to get this one so long ago, but clearly this is the superior figure in looks. Infinitely better, infinitely better. So let's see if this thing can do a squat. And the answer is absolutely not. Not even a little bit. Not even a chance in hell that this thing can do a squat. He's Robocop. He can barely run. Let's look at the articulation. He has a "you're gonna fight me, aren't you?" single jointed elbow, which is fine. Once again, Robocop, all I need him to do is get his elbow up so he can raise his gun. Single jointed elbow. He has a really decent shoulder. Does it rock forward? No. Doesn't rock forward. It goes up and down. It has a hinge on it to go up and down, rotate up and down. Let's see, no thigh cut, rotation here. He has a cut in his thigh so that he can put his 009 away. Let's pop you open.
A few moments later.
So let's check out the 009 popping out. It should be the same as the other one. In fact, I'm 100% sure it is. It is a flipping mechanism on the back. You flip it, and my pup hands do it. Absolutely. The inside is a different gray than what the other original ones, which was like a kind of teal color, which I don't know how they end up with that. And he does not have, he has single jointed knees, a little bit of foot articulation, not much, because he's hindered by the pistons on the back of his leg that helps him balance. This thing is not going to squat. It's not supposed to, as Robocop. What we do get is some decent upper torso articulation so that he can look up at 09 as he's trying to shoot him. Do you get any waist articulation? You do not, which I wish you did have. Let's not put any force on it, but let's see. It does have waist articulation. I apologize. Thing was a little sticky. So waist articulation, which is great for him. Articulation for this toy is just enough to get by. I don't expect a super dynamic Robocop toy, so this is just fine for what you're going to do with it. He's going to do some poses. He's going to say, dead or alive, come with me. You're going to keep it moving. Price. I got this guy from Big Bag Toy Store while they were doing one of their daily sales for like 30 bucks. At that, it's a steal. It's totally worth it. I think the original toy was worth 30 bucks, but that was a long time ago. So take that as you will. Is it worth the money? If you have the original, maybe not. I don't know if how much the paint job makes a difference to you, but the paint job on this is superior by far. Like, it's not even close. And the fact that you get the accessories that come with it, especially the Cobra assault cannon and the alternate head for Murphy, makes this not a must buy if you have the original one. But if you don't have the original one, absolutely get this one. Totally worth it. I'm going to give this guy a 7 out of 8. The articulation's trash, but great design, great accessories, decent price. Can't really knock it. It's a really good toy, and the articulation is spot on for what the character is. So once again, not something to complain about. And if you love Robocop, go get the Ultimate Robocop action figure. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.